Hey, welcome back, racing friends. I just put this atomic gear diff together, and initially it was pretty irritating because I didn't understand it, but once it's together, I mean, it's got some tiny parts that are a little bit frustrating, but once it's together, it's a solid piece, and I've got some high hopes for it. My buddy at Wolfram RC just informed me that I can buy 64 pitch teeth for that, and in the instructions, the 64 tooth part I'm referring to, let me get a pointer here, is this ring here that goes around, which is the tooth part there in the on the axle. One thing that was initially confusing, which it shouldn't have been, is how it actually attaches to the rim. And if you look into that area there, there's those two, let me see if I can set this down so I can get a better video of it. But I was looking for, how do I make this thing work? Well, see, there's a tab right here and another tab right there. And those two tabs actually lock into the back of the wheel. It actually fits right in there, and once they line up, the wheel sets into that ring groove. Sorry about that, I've got this zoomed in really far, but the wheel actually snaps into it, and that's how it locks in. But it took me a couple minutes to figure out what I was even supposed to do there, but it works really well. And I'm gonna have to put a bearing on the outer portion of that. Let me zoom it out. But once you get it locked in, that's actually a nice piece. It doesn't wobble at all like a stock one. And I really like gear diffs. I race with them all the time and have really good luck with them. So I have kind of high hopes for this. Initially I was thinking if I ever got another atomic part to slap it out of my hands and say no. But I think this is actually going to be pretty nice. These screws are incredibly small, and there's also a C-clip that goes on this end that's a little bit difficult. I would recommend, while you put this thing together, to do what I did and assemble it over a bowl of some type, because you will drop parts, and they're tiny. They're super tiny. These screws that go in here are maybe like 4 millimeters long. I don't remember what the instructions said, but they're really small. And if you lost one, you need a magnet to find it, because I don't think you'd be able to see it. But I just, whenever I get a new container, I just dump the bag into something and then work over it so that nothing gets lost. I'm not having to get on my hands and knees and search the floor for some little piece. But I'm gonna put 64 tooth ring gear on this thing and race it Wednesday night at Wolfram, and hopefully it will be a noticeable upgrade from what I've been running. I've been running ball diffs and also mechanical diffs, and previously in one of my mini Z videos I told about the difference between a ball diff and a mechanical diff, and this thing is kind of a hybrid of both in a way, and looking forward to trying it. One other thing I remember my friend Joe saying was to make sure that you shim this area here so it doesn't rub on your bearing, and it should be pretty good. I'll probably shim both ends of it and just make sure that I don't get any binding at all. But that's it put together.